Tonight, on part 2 of the Real Housewives of Dallas reunion, one thing we learned is that Mark is a grower, not a shower.
Mama D has arrived.
I don't give a gnat's ass wrapped around a rain barrel. Have you ever heard that one?
Mama D, I haven't heard half the things you've said.
Both of you guys need to own up to your behaviors and just squash it, girl.
If I stole your phone, I would have taken it back to America and got into it, okay, bitch?
I am very upfront with the fact that I had a drug problem in my 20s. Luckily, at 29, I went to rehab and I never did it again.
What was the problem?
You flat out lie all the time.
Right
Let
now.
me tell you this,
Stand
okay?
up. Stand up. Back, stand up.
You can stand up.
No one needs to stand up. Just stay seated. You said that you heard from multiple people that Rich had been unfaithful.
He's never cheated.
Both of his ex-wives came to me and sought me out and told me different stories.
Right on the stage, please. 5, 4, 3.
We are back with the Real Housewives of Dallas reunion. I'm Andy Cohen. Well, when it comes to contributing to the conversation, Kameron Westcott usually has plenty to say, but when she's not talking, she is forever nodding.
Oh, yeah.
Watch this.
I am not proud of this, but I have a past of spacing out sometimes with conversations. Yeah. And when I start nodding my head, but not talking, that means I'm on another planet and I'm spacing off. Hey, at least I'm admitting it.
That's hilarious. I thought you were being judgy.
Oh no, it's so bad. I space out, just like my tension. It's so bad. If we're not talking about pink and fashion and sparkles or dogs, it's like I start going the other direction sometimes.
That's hilarious. Did anyone else think that she was judging?
No.
Or did you all think she was spacing out?
No.
I didn't think she was spacing. I just thought it was like a habit.
Yeah.
It is a habit. It's so bad.
just see her
And I
checking
never
out.
knew I did this until I saw myself on camera, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed.
How's Sparkle Dog going? Did you find a business partner?
Yes, actually, and I got a great distributor, so
You
we're
did?
really excited. Yes.
Was there any part of you that was pissed off at your husband, who always seemed to be kind of rolling his eyes and being dismissive?
Yeah, it's really hard when he, treats me like the other companies he invests in. And, that's what he does for a living. He invests in other companies. And I'm just one of those companies. But at the same time, hey, I got his money. I still won, right?
Right, but he's also saying, this isn't going to go for too long. I don't love the idea of you being away from home.
Yeah, that's true. He really
I think
wants me
that
to be at home
challenges her.
Yeah, but he knows. This is the thing. I feel like proving to him that it's gonna work is what gets me off. I just love it, and I love to prove him wrong.
She said it gets her off.
My life, but that just keeps me going.
This season saw two friends with big society names, Kameron Westcott and D'Andra Simmons, square off like the Hatfields and McCoys. Who's to blame for this Dallas family feud? And what will it take for them to reach a lasting truce? Let's watch.
Butt blaster.
Wow. I was extremely disturbed by D'Andra Simmons putting a K-cup up her booty. This is not normal behavior for D'Andra.
Cameron, you and I have the same Westcott name, the Simmons name. How do you feel about the pressure that it is to be a certain way or act a certain way?
Well, we definitely are more under a microscope, that's for sure.
Kameron married into Dallas society. I was brought into it at a young age. So growing up D'Andra Simmons, anything I did was judged as to whether or not it was acceptable in Dallas society. I don't care anymore. I don't want to be a part of it.
In a city like Dallas, it's a conservative city with a lot of people who talk. When you do march to this different drummer, you can get criticized. For example, Kameron has a friend, and I have said, Kameron, you cannot be around this person.
I felt like I was attacked. How? By the two of you saying that, you should worry about who your friends are and who you hang out with, and people are talking about you. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
I am disgusted she's even bringing my mother-in-law into the situation.
I am not gonna put up with this crap anymore from you or anyone else. I'm done with putting up with crap.
Is this how your mother yells at you?
D'Andra, you are full of crap.
D'Andra, it's a very slippery slope. From a butt plug to a butt dart, okay?
Oh my God. There was 6 ladies in the room, so how would Jimmy know if you didn't tell her?
Of course I told my mother-in-law we're best friends, and I told you that.
People talk, D'Andra.
If I said something to hurt your family, I really apologize because I didn't mean that. I was hurt.
I don't try to hurt people that I love.
Cameron, you know me differently than anybody else here. Nobody understands the family dynamic that I have like you.
Do you feel like it's better now that you guys have talked?
Yeah, she's on friend probation.
Okay. D'Andra, Violet from Billings, Montana said, you've said that you and Kameron behave differently because you were born into a society family and she married into one. What's the difference?
Actually, I wasn't born into it. My mother married my stepfather when I was 6 years old.
Okay.
And that's when I got into the Simmons family. But Kameron married into the Westcott family. And the Westcotts and the Simmons have been friends for many years. I'm a little bit different from anyone here. I was a debutante. So when you're a debutante, you're held to a much higher standard. And then when I'm trying to let loose and be myself, it's like, oh wait, what is she doing? She needs to behave like a debutante.
It sounds like Pine Valley.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's wild.
Yeah.
Kameron, D'Andra's saying you're bound by rules that Jimmy has set for the Westcott family. At the cooking lesson, she said that there was a friend of yours that
Yeah.
she didn't want you hanging out with,
Yeah.
that you're no longer friends with because of that.
Yeah, this person is
So
not
isn't
referring
that
to
her
Brandi.
making the rules?
She was giving me advice on it. She's giving me advice about the.
But isn't that her making rules about who you hang out with?
No, it was giving me advice.
She said